I'm having.
Go, Michael, go.
Excellent, Jeffrey, Dr. Bill, Marty, my buddy. Listen, I did a training last night, and the folks like they didn't want to go home. They didn't want to come off the Zoom, right? Because when we fully understand what this thing is, this thing called Onpassive, the power of it, right? When we really get it, you just can't sleep. Like you really can't. I said, listen, there's plenty of time to sleep when we're in the grave. Okay, there's plenty of time. Okay, so let's not even worry about that right now. All we have to do is get in. Like, I don't know how many times we can say it, because it just comes back to the same thing. All people have to do is get in. And when we just take your favorite video or favorite, message, whatever it is, and just keep putting that in front of people, right? Like Marty says, it's not about marketing, right? It really isn't, right? In a past life, yeah, that's what we did. We focused on marketing. But with this business, it is so easy to get others to join us because all we're doing is share, 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 share. It's a song, right? That's all we're doing. And we just keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. And the more we do it, listen, I'm just going to do just a quick little exercise, okay? Just to see the power of this, right? Now, let's assume, okay, that we're starting with 500,000 founders, okay? Let's assume that is the case, all right? And the company, forget about your effort. Remember, a lot of us are still going to be sharing because it's going to be so easy, as others have mentioned about the free trial members. That's all my focal point is going to be once we launch. It's just free trial, free trial, free trial. That's it. That is so easy. But let's say we have 500,000, okay? If the company, so we're talking about the company's effort, right? Because a lot of people are worried, what's going to happen and how's it going to work and, how am I going to build and how am I going to make money and all this fancy stuff, right? But let's just focus on what the company is going to do for us. So if the company takes forget 30 days, forget 60 days, let's say 3 months, right? Because I asked the group last night, I said, listen, realistically, how long do you think it takes to get 3 customers? Just tell me. Some said a week, some said a month, some said 2 months. I said, okay, let's say 3 months. Let's say 90 days, right? 90 days, think about that. 90 days just to get 3 customers. Are you kidding me? That's somebody who's don't have any internet connection. They live in some remote part in Antarctica. Like that's what we're talking about. So let's say 90 days, okay? So that would mean, starting with 500,000, that we're going to have 2 million at the end of 90 days. Okay, where'd I get that from? 3 times, right? 3 times the 500,000 is 1.5, and we're gonna add the 500,000, okay? So that's 2 million. So in other words, you're gonna multiply it by 4, okay? Because we're accumulating the numbers, okay? And so you take 2 million, you multiply it by 4, you get 8 million. That's what? That's 6 months. So in 6 months, we are at 8 million customers. Because remember, all of us who are founders will be customers because we will make that product package purchase, okay? We go another cycle, right? Now we're up to 8 times 4 is what? 32 million, okay? That brings us to 9 months. So in 12 months, we have 128 million customers. Now, I'm not saying it's going to stay at that same rate because this rate is even slow. It's conservative. It's super conservative. But can you see how it's possible that we have 100 million, right, customers in the first 12 months? And if you take us, right, take that 500,000, what percentage of that 100 million is that? It's not 1%, folks, okay? 100 million, 1% would be 1 million, right? So it's 0.5%. That's a tiny, right? Of that whole, just think about that. And that's what, when people come in as a founder now, that's what they get to be a part of. You're positioning yourself in front of these hundreds of millions that will come, because they will come. Like it's not even a question if they're going to come. They will come. That's a done deal that they're coming. Okay? And we are going to be a part of that if we so choose, as far as bringing them in. We're going to be a part of that if we so choose. But we can actually sit back, relax after launch, and the company just goes to work and do their thing, and we're good. But I know a lot of us are not going to just sit back and relax, because it's in our blood. We can't help but telling somebody something that's good for them. Whether they like it or not, we're going to tell them. What they do with it, that's a different story. Right? That's a different story. But I'm telling you, folks, people should stop worrying about, what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, is it going to happen, how, I need to feed my kids, I need to pay my bills, I need. Listen, we have a little bit more to go right now to get us over the hump. And once that happens, folks, the floodgates is open, starting with soft launch. Soft launch is going to open the floodgates. It will. Okay, it will. Right? And then when we get into launch now, game over. That's when you just drop the mic, because that's it. Right? So let's just focus on what we can do, as has been said earlier, which is just share. Just do it, because you're helping yourself. You're setting yourself up, as Dr. Bill talked about, a family dynasty. You're setting yourself up for that. Why wouldn't you want something like that? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want your loved ones to be taken care of for the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live for? Listen, if all you make from this company is $2 million, let's say over 5 years, right? If you want to say 10 years, say it doesn't matter. But let's just say 5 years. And that's it. That's it. Nothing else. Just $2 million in your hands. Do you know how long that will last you if you are used to making, say, $40,000 a year? Never mind the people from around the world that are used to making $2,000 a year, $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year, right? Because sometimes we get hung up on just thinking everything is, North American, right? So we're used to, Canada, US, average income, $46,000 a year, blah, blah, blah. But think what $2 million can do, or even 1 million can do for someone, for a family, if they're used to making $40,000 a year. How long will that $40,000 a year within that 1 million last for? Right? That's how we got to think about this thing, right? Like, think about that. 40,000, multiply that by 10. So in 10 years, you use up 400,000, right? So you still got more money left over. Another 10 years, it goes another 400,000. Right? That's 20 years and you still have money left over. Forget about investing the money wisely. Okay? But you got a good 25 years of spending $40,000 a year from that 1 million that Onpassive provided you. We've talked about creating millionaires, right? We talked about that. Okay? It's been said many, many times that this company will produce more millionaires than any other company, period. So we've talked about that. Not everyone is going to be a millionaire, but there's going to be a lot of them. But if all you got was that 1 million over the course of time, and you take that money, invest the money properly, right? Don't throw it in some crypto deal and some nonsense thing, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to really multiply it now. No, sound investing, right? Sound investing, okay? And if you do that, you can live off that money for the rest of your life. Somebody who's 50 years old, that's at least 25 years, not including any interest, okay, or any returns on that money. Can you imagine that? So 50 takes you to 75 without you lifting a finger, right? And we're just talking about $1 million. And we know that the comp plan is designed to create wealth. We know this. So think about that, folks. This is what you're introducing people to. This is how their life is going to be transformed. Right? Not just changed, but actually transformed. There's going to be a transformation, right? And so why would you not want to share it with other people? Why would you not keep it to yourself? Right? Oh, I got no friends left. Oh, I got no family left. Really? Are they dead? Are they dead? They're still alive. Put some information in front of them. Let them tell you, no, it's not for me. Don't prejudge them. Don't thinking, well, the last 50 deals that I did didn't work out, so I'm not going back to my family and friends. Why not? this may be the one that they actually look at and says, you know what? I think this one will actually work, right? Think about that, right? So listen, let's all get fired up. Let's not be dead and thinking nonsense in our head. Let's focus on what this thing is really designed to be. Just like finding your first true love, just think about it, because this right here is my first true love from a business standpoint. This is why I get excited about this business. No other business, okay? None, because there isn't anything else. There really isn't. If we can't make this work, we might as well pack up shop and go work with Dr. Bill, okay, in his dental office, all right? If we can't make this work, you understand? We're gonna have to all go out there and go get a 9-to-5 or something like that, because this is it, folks. This is it. So if this is it, then make it your best. Put your best foot forward. Leave no stone unturned, right? None. Why? Because you're setting up yourself for that family dynasty. Thank you, Dr. Bill, for that. All right, back to you guys. I'm back to the recap. I'm off.